Hello, my country people. Welcome back to the news. Recently, Femi Gbajabiamila was fingered as one of the beneficiaries of the largest of corruption uncovered under Ahmed Kuru, the Chief Executive Officer of the Access Management Corporation of Nigeria, (AMCON), and the former governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently under intense pressure over his chief of staff Femi Gbajabiamila's alleged involvement in this corruption scam. Sources have said that Gbajabiamila was fingered as one of the beneficiaries of the largest of corruption uncovered under Ahmed Kuru, the chief executive officer of AMCOM and the former governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele. The special investigator Jim Obazi exposed how Femi Gbajabiamila benefited from Ahmed Karu's largest of Ikoyi's properties from his days as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, according to top sources in the presidency. One of the sources was said to have quoted that Gbajabiamila in return had ensured Ahmed remained as the AMCON's chief executive after about 9 years. And already, fresh information has emerged about how Godwin Emefiele and Ahmed Kuru, the AMCON CEO, conspired in gross abuse of office to acquire banks of choice using public funds to fraudulently take over Polaris Bank, Keystone Bank, and Union Bank. It was reported how the special investigators' report on the probe of Godwin Emefiele, which uncovered the alarming sums of public funds which went into this fraudulent acquisition of banks under the leadership of Emefiele as the former CBN governor and AMCOM under Ahmed Kuru's leadership. And now, on January 10th, it was reported that the CBN, that's the Central Bank of Nigeria, had dissolved the board and management of Titan Trust Bank, of Union Bank. Also, Polaris Bank was affected, and the Keystone Bank. We heard that report whereby the CBN dissolved the board and management of these banks. This followed a report submitted to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the special investigator on the Central Bank of Nigeria and related entities, Jim Obazi. Now, this decision to dissolve the boards was taken after a meeting between the CBN governor, Yemi Kadoso Obazi, and the boards of the four banks, including Titan Trust Bank's investors, who had earlier avoided meeting with the special investigator. And it was also reported back then in 2023, December precisely, that the Office of the Special Investigator had insisted that the chairman of Titan Trust Bank, Mr. Tunde Lemo, and Mr. Cornelius Vink must appear before it over the acquisition of Union Bank of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Obazi's led investigation team had uncovered a scheme by Emefiele and also Ahmed Kuru's AMCOM that placed over 20 billion naira investment in Heritage Bank. This happened in 2017, upon which the bank granted a loan of 25 billion to the Sigma Gulf consortium of Emefiele, Kuru, and other persons to acquire this Keystone Bank. And investigations by the special investigator exposed how the 25 billion government fund was round-tipped from this Heritage Bank to Access Bank, and it ended in GT Bank, where it was purportedly transferred to AMCOM and the CBN as payments. for the acquisition of Keystone Bank. Now, it was learnt that in an unusual and unpredictable turn of events, the presidential and the CBN directives, the presidential and the CBN directives to sack the boards of the union, that's for Keystone Bank and Polaris Bank, took Rivers Bank Signal Gulf Consortium by surprise. The independent financial investigators revealed that Ahmed Karu threw all others under the bus to save his neck by blackmailing all government agencies or government officials who had benefited from his generosity through the sharing of Ikoyi and Abuja landed properties. An a forensic observer noted that the special investigators' report that did not indicate Kuru's raised concerns over whether it was deliberate as a result of a bargain. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come under intense pressure from political associates whom Kuru has soiled their white robes, including Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who is the President's Chief of Staff, who also benefited from his largest of Ikoyi's properties from his days as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And Gbajabiamila had, persistently blocked Ahmed Kuru's removal as AMCOM's chief executive after about 9 years in office over 2 terms of a democratically elected president. An independent investigator sharing an option indicated that it is clear that the only organ of government that has resources for criminal and forensic investigation of economic and financial crimes is the EFCC. Meanwhile, the Jimobazi's Special Investigating Team has only managed to point to areas of infractions but has not succeeded in forensic tracing and following of the money. It can only be strategic that the government hand over all cases to the EFCC and remove Ahmed Kuru from office and switch over a few directors in the CBN, whom without doubt may be complicit with Godwin Emefiele in his criminal conduct. Otherwise, with those actors in position, they will continue to obstruct investigation, and you can see the limitations of presidential special investigators in the CBN establishment. Otherwise, Yemi Kadoso, the incumbent CBN governor, will remain in an invisible world hostage environment of Emefiele's network in the CBN. And now, my country people, pressure, intense pressure is really mounting on the president over this very issue. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Well, are they just knowing that Gbajabiamila is corrupt? Even in the USA, he was indicated. All of them are corrupt. If Femi Gbajabiamila is indicated, then nothing will stop his punishment. Now, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.